a board member reached out to one of our journalists and stated, quote, "You get a raise if there is a restructure without James O'Keefe at Project Veritas." I have a copy of the text message, and I'll give it to all of you. I've redacted the name of the journalist. The board member deleted the message, but not before our journalist took screenshots. Good job, journalist. Yeah. On Sunday, February 5th, now that's Sunday, 2 days after the Friday, a board member requested my presence at his home. He informed me, quote, "You had nothing to do, James, with this Pfizer story," unquote. Perplexed by this, I took out my iPad and showed him a video of myself confronting the Pfizer executive, which had 11 million views on YouTube. He responded, quote, "But that was after the undercover video had already been done."
What's going on, guys? So today I wanted to talk about, this has happened over the last couple of weeks, but James O'Keefe has been ousted out of his own company, Project Veritas, and I wanted to talk about it, weigh in on it, my personal thoughts of James. I've met him before, what I think, also what I think happened there, what he's saying, what they're saying, what the media's saying. So we're going to get around all of it because there's a lot of accusations and thoughts. So I'm going to just start with one because I have them in my head before I forget. And the media is saying a lot of different stuff. Let's start with this one. They're saying that James is being accused of spending too much money. He bought they're saying a DJ set. He likes to dance and do plays, etc. So he spends money on that type of stuff, like events. They're talking about him taking too many black cars, which is more expensive, I guess, like taxi service, flights, etc. That sort of stuff. My first thoughts on that, apparently I believe Project Veritas is a nonprofit or one of those organizations that is tax exempt for some reason. I'm not into that type of business, so I don't understand fully how it works, to be honest, how to skirt the lines and what you have to do that. That's why I like being by myself, because I get the money, I spend it. Obviously, people might not like it, but there's no really legal constraints as far as oh, you can't do this and that. And I've always wondered for campaigns or someone like a James O'Keefe, people are like, oh, that person stayed at a hotel, like a nice hotel. It's do you want James O'Keefe to stay at a bad hotel? Me personally, I don't see that. Oh, he bought a bunch of black cars. Well, I don't know. He's a busy guy. It's James O'Keefe. I would think that it's okay for him to take a more expensive Uber. I don't want him taking the cheapest option. He's you know what I'm saying, heavy real estate when he moves around. So, I don't see that as a huge deal. And I've always wondered when those sort of controversies came up in politics, can you believe he used his campaign money to stay at a nice hotel? It's that's not that crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're buying millions of dollars worth of Lamborghinis, that's one thing. But I don't see that as a big deal personally. So that was one media accusation. Another was that he was a bad boss, even though that's not why they ousted him. It seems like they're throwing everything at this guy. Oh, he's a bad boss. I heard it's rough to work with. So I'll tell you what I know about James, because I've spent a few hours with him before. And then I'll tell you with people that I've known that work for him, just because I feel like telling you the story. So I've hung out with James for a couple hours, got to talk to him, hang out with him. Super nice guy. I got the vibe that he's the real deal. He is who he says he is. He does crazy work, and he's very dedicated. You know what I'm saying? He's not like everybody else, but I would consider him pretty normal, pretty cool guy. It's just he's James O'Keefe. He does that type of work. He was super nice to me, super cool to me. And I saw a champion in him. I saw the real deal. I've met thousands of people. He didn't come across as fake to me. He didn't come across as not who I thought he was. I was like, okay, James is the real deal. This is who he is. There's reports that say he's hard to work for. This is my opinion about a lot of businesses. I watched the Michael Jordan documentary. I love that. It's one of my favorite docs because I love Michael Jordan, among other people. A lot of teammates for Michael Jordan don't like Michael Jordan. Oh, he's so hard. Do you want to win 6 championships or not? You want to easy, go play rec league. You know what I'm saying? You want to lose all the games, go play for the Charlotte Hornets. You want to win, you come to Michael Jordan's team. So I always admired that in Jordan, although, of course, like everyone, he has character flaws. To be great, you got to be great. So as somebody, I don't think I'm Michael Jordan, but, I strive for greatness in my own life and certain things, and I'm a hard worker. So people said Kobe too, exactly. So with James O'Keefe, maybe he was hard to work for, but in my opinion, if you want to have an easy boss, go get an easy job. And if you want somebody that doesn't treat you like that, go start your own company. I don't see, even if he was a hard boss to work for, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy job. He's not a normal guy. I don't care. Go and this is a lot of businesses. They have HR and this person's complaining, that person's complaining. It's like go build your own company. That's maybe this is unpopular, but I hear all these wah wah wah. It's like this is why I don't really hire that many people. And when I do, I'll be careful about it because people will try to steal what you built for 15 years and act like, oh, well, I don't like the work and he's so mean. You weren't with me shooting in the gym. Go make your own Project Veritas. The nerve of some people. So I don't see that as a big deal. And one of them, what James said in his hour-long thing is that they had a disagreement with like how to get the donor money. There's reports from the media that I read that said that eventually they were going to lose their tax exemption, which is what the media is saying. I don't trust the media. James is saying that it was just a difference of opinions with a board member, that James thought he wanted to raise money this way and they wanted to raise money this way. And it was a disagreement. James tried to fire somebody and then they had the power to take him off of the board. I'll say this. First of all, this is interesting, just business when it comes to board of directors or percentages. I guess you never want to give up 51% of your business. So if James was the CEO, the founder, he put in a lot of work. I'm sure there's other people there who put in work, but James is the face. I would say James is more important to Project Veritas brand than anybody in the right. Like in my view, Crowder was huge for Blaze TV, but not as big as James is to Project Veritas. Shapiro is big for Daily Wire, but personally, I think, I would say even without Ben Shapiro, it might suffer a little bit, but I think Matt Walsh and all those other people could pick it up. I think James O'Keefe's importance to Project Veritas is bigger than almost anybody's importance to any brand. He is the brand. You can't even think of a number two. Who's the number two at Daily Wire? I don't know. Depends who you watch. Candace? Is it Jordan Peterson? Is it Matt Walsh? Do you consider it Michael Knowles? There's names that go in your head. When you think of Blaze TV, well, Crowder is number one. Who's number two? Maybe you like Chad Prather. Maybe you like Alex Stein, maybe you like other people they have there, but other people. Who's number two at Project Veritas? Can you even name another person? So I'm not saying no one else does work behind the scenes, but as far as the brand, James is Project Veritas more than anyone else is anything else. You know what I'm saying? Even Tucker Carlson, as good as he is, there's other people that you might watch, Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity. I can't name another person at Project Veritas besides a few of the people that I've seen, and I don't even know their names. So I guess it was a pretty bold move by the board of directors to, basically say, well, we don't need you, or, you're not important. If it's true what James is saying, that it was a disagreement of how to raise money, very short-sighted of the board of directors to say, oh, well, we think it's better to raise money this way, so we'll get rid of James O'Keefe. It's like, you're not going to raise money without James O'Keefe. I don't think anybody really is going to donate on the same level that they are now without him. In fact, I personally believe whatever James O'Keefe does, he can name it Project Veritas and make a new one, and that's going to be the successful company. And Project Veritas is going to wither away. So, I think whoever that board was, if that's the story, that they're like, oh, we'll just get rid of James and raise the money we want to raise. You're not going to raise the money, Chief. Like James can start his own company and raise more money than you can. So I think they played themselves there. I know a few people who've worked for Project Veritas before. They don't work there anymore. And for people who work for him in my personal circle, I've heard good things. I've heard everybody likes him from what I've heard. But I know at his company, probably people don't like him because he's tough. But like I said before, if you want to be great, get on board. If you want an easy job, go do something easy. If you think you could do it better, do it better. I personally, as somebody who built everything myself, I kind of have a chip on my shoulder when someone comes into a business and thinks that they want to change the way it is. You could start your own. It's not easy. So it's like, in order to take the steps to do something, especially that crazy, it's a very crazy industry. It's not possible to be normal. It's not possible to be nice. So everybody wants it their way. I don't really ever side with the employee unless there's like some serious crime going on, because it's like, oh, it hurt your feelings. You think Kobe Bryant, it's easy? You think he was good? No, he was in the gym 9 o'clock. I don't want to be in the gym. Oh, he's mean to me. Well, that's how you win championships. I don't know what to tell you. You want an easy life, go get a different job. So I don't buy any of the stories about that. I'm going to play a clip real quick because all of the whistleblowers, a lot of the main ones that really drove, I believe, donations and narrative and value to Project Veritas, it seems like they all stand with James O'Keefe. So I'm going to play this clip real quick. Here it is.
I'm the CBS Detroit whistleblower with Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I'm the CNN whistleblower for Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
HHS vaccine nurse whistleblower with Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I'm the Department of Homeland Security whistleblower from Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I'm the HHS whistleblower exposing government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking. I stand with James O'Keefe.
I am the Hasbro CRT whistleblower for Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
Postal Service whistleblower for Project Veritas, and I stand with James.
I was one of the Project Veritas Facebook insiders, and I stand by James O'Keefe.
I blew the whistle on Facebook, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
And I blew the whistle on Pfizer to Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
United Healthcare whistleblower for Project Veritas, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I blew the whistle on Tegna, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I blew the whistle on ESPN and Disney, and I stand with James O'Keefe.
I was the Project Veritas whistleblower for Google, and I stand by James O'Keefe.
My name is April Moss.
My name is Carrie Porch.
This is Jody O'Malley.
My name is Aaron Stevenson.
My name is Tara Rodas.
My name is David Johnson.
My name is Richard Hopkins.
My name is Ryan Hartwig.
My name's Cassandra Spencer.
My name is Melissa McAtee.
I'm Sean Stagg.
My name is Zach Voorhees.
My name is Brett Mauser.
I am Trevor Adams.
Yeah, so I saw that on Twitter, and it's like all the major whistleblowers like him. Seem like a lot of employees there liked him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make this video too long. I'll just wrap it up. I'm not saying I don't believe stuff, but when there's 3 different reasons for why you're ousting them, I tend not to believe it. Like, was it the financial stuff? Was it the fact they were going to lose their nonprofit tax, thing? Was it because he was spending too much on music equipment? Which, by the way, James's events, it's like that's promotion. You know what I'm saying? It's, yeah, you might not make money all the time directly, but if you host an event with hundreds of people and lose 10 grand, you might make 100 grand because, it's there's nothing that crazy about doing a music thing, for Project Veritas hosted event. Like, they're acting like it's so crazy. They say it's that. Then they say they're going to lose their tax exempt. Then they say it's because he's mean at work. It's like, which one is it? Because it's not, he's probably been rough around the edges his entire career. And now all of a sudden it's coming out of the woodworks because of the financial stuff. So I tend not to believe that stuff. But, from what I've heard and in general, like, yeah, it's a heavy industry. You're not getting into, what I'm saying? You're not sleeping on mattresses. You're not like a mattress tester. You're getting into like hardcore undercover journalism. Personally, it's not for me. I do journalism on the surface, etc. I don't like to record stuff. I don't like to like secretly record people. It's not my style. I would never work there. It's a tough job, but I would never go there and be like, oh, my boss is a little, it's like, dude, what? I mean, yeah, it's a crazy profession. Like, what'd you expect? McDonald's, like hamburger every day on your, I don't know. But, I just think in order to be great, sometimes you need to be a little quirky or a little rough around the edges. But when I met James as a person, got to spend a couple hours with him, chat with him, he seemed real deal to me. He seemed focused. He seemed dedicated. He seemed, in some ways intense, like in what he believed, but he did not sound like a phony. I've met people where I'm like, I don't think they believe what they say, or people that they're more concerned with this or that. I've met a lot of people, most people are great. I'm not just going to downplay other people, but some people you meet them and you're like, oh, I thought they really cared more. Or I thought they were like going to be cooler. With James, I didn't really have any expectations, but when I met him, I'm like, nah, he really believes what he says. He's not a phony. He's just like very focused and very dedicated. And it's a crazy, crazy profession that he's in that I would never want to be a part of personally, but I liked him. I think it's a huge mistake that they got rid of him. They're going to lose a lot of donor money. And personally, I think he's more important to that brand than anyone else to any other brand. So if that's the route they want to go, let's see how much money they raise without him. He could probably start a new one, and that's going to get the scoops. Most of the people who give scoops to Project Veritas, yes, the brand of Project Veritas is like, I'm not saying they're WikiLeaks, but there's if you have a scoop, like where do you go? I don't know, Project Veritas, WikiLeaks. There's not a lot of like leaker organizations or stuff like that. So the brand name is there. But if James makes a new one, and that becomes the marquee name, he could call it the James O'Keefe, network or something. My guess is 50 to 90% of the leakers who would have went to Project Veritas are going to go with James and his new service. So if he chooses to stay in that profession and do what he's doing, I think he's going to run laps around Project Veritas and take the market just like he had it in that wild, wild industry. Let me know what you guys think. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. God bless the world. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to stay in touch, I have a few ways. On Telegram, I have Dream Rare Chat. That's my Instagram is Dream Rare, DreamRare. And Telegram is Dream Rare Chat. Any way you type that, Dream Rare Chat, all one word, Dream Rare Chat, you should be able to find it. Thank you to the 54 to 55,000 people there. Everybody signing up to my free email list. Thank you. A lot of stuff going on. I appreciate your support. And like every year, I'm always trying to get better, improve stuff. So, we'll figure out how to do that. Thank you, everybody on Patreon, patreon.com/raretalk. Thank you to everybody on Facebook subscribers, Insta, Twitter. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Let me know what you think in the comments. But, if there's a hashtag, I don't stand with the company that I don't really know that much about. I think James is the guy. And they made a massive mistake. It's not gonna, he doesn't have to sweat it, because I don't think James lost anything besides his company, which is sad, but he'll be able to get around, do something else, because I think he's got the personality, the mindset, the perseverance, and the work ethic to do pretty much whatever he wants and have success in it. Thanks, guys. God bless you. And I'll be back very, very soon.